Hello, I am Miss Ann, and welcome back to Speedy Science. Each week in this program, we do a fast and fun science activity that you can fit into your busy schedule. This week, we are going to compare different materials by having a paper airplane race. For this activity, you will need 3 different kinds of paper. You can use whatever kinds you want, but I'm going to use a piece of computer paper, a sheet of loose-leaf notebook paper, and a piece of construction paper. You can also use whatever kind of airplane design you want. Just make sure it's the same for all 3 kinds of paper. For this video, I'm going to make a classic paper airplane. First, take your sheet of paper and fold it in half like a book. Crease on the fold, then unfold. There should now be a line down the middle of your piece of paper. Then, take your 2 corners and fold them in so that they meet at that center line you just made. Make sure you do straight folds and crease as you fold down. And now you have the top folded down. Then, take your ends and fold them into the center as well. Then, fold your paper so it kind of looks like an upside-down airplane by folding on the middle line pointing up. Then, turn your paper around so it's facing the correct direction. Take the wings and fold them down so they're in line with that solid bottom line. Then, lift the wings up. And that's it. You now have a paper airplane that can fly. Repeat that for your other sheets of paper. Once you have all of your paper airplanes made, find a spot to line up. Standing from the same place, throw all 3 paper airplanes one at a time. Make sure there's nothing that could be hit by your paper airplanes, so make sure you have a grown-up's approval for where you're going to fly them. Then, see which airplane flies the farthest. Do this multiple times. In science, we call each time you throw the airplane a trial. See if you get consistent results or different. Make sure to email us at the Alsop Library's Youth Services email address and let us know your results. I can't wait to hear from you. Bye! Hello everyone, I am Miss Ann, and welcome to this week's bonus activity. In today's video, we use different sheets of paper to compare how each one holds up to being used to make a paper airplane to see which is the best. Another way you can do this activity is to test the design of the paper airplane by making different paper airplane designs out of the same kind of paper. So, I'm going to show you how to make another kind of paper airplane design called the super airplane. I'm going to make this one out of computer paper, just like I did our classic design. Here's how to make a super paper airplane. First, fold your paper in half as if you're making a book, crease and unfold. You should have a line going down the center of the paper. Then, take your top corners and fold them into the center line. You now have a triangle on top of a square. Take this whole triangle and fold it down so it's on top of the square. Make the line where the papers meet the line you fold on. Now, take your kernels and fold them into the center. There should be a tiny bit of a triangle beneath where the points line up. Take that triangle and fold it up above your flaps. Then, fold your paper in half, upside down. And turn it over so it looks right side up. Take your wings and fold them down so they're in line with the bottom of the airplane. Then, fold the wings up, and you have a super paper airplane. Like before, get parents' permission and stand in the same spot and test your different airplanes. Which model flies the furthest? Make sure to try multiple times and see if you get consistent results, and email them to us. I can't wait to hear from you. Bye!